John! John!
What?
Well, this is kind of embarrassing, but I need a few things for a home remedy.
A few things like what?
Oh, just some whiskey, peppermint, milkweed, some hair grease, and, some skunk meat.
What? What have you been up to?
Oh, it's a long story, but it really hurts. If you're out and about and come across any of these things, well, I'd appreciate it.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, John.
And that right there is the request we're looking for. I'm glad he came up sooner rather than later so we can go ahead and get it out of the way. Should I do it now or go ahead and start that mission? I don't know. Let's see what we have already that he's asking for. So we just need some milkweed and a skunk meat. Okay, I think I could find all this pretty quickly, actually. So, you know what? I think we'll go ahead and get that done and out of the way real quick before we start that A Better World, A New Friend thing. We'll be able to get both of those pretty quickly.
Easy now.
I believe this is milkweed. I always remember there's usually some here. Yep. Get that for Uncle. Now we just gotta get some skunk meat, which it being night, some should spawn for us. Hopefully he doesn't need to be perfect quality. Good. So we can just put this on our horse and take it back to him. Okay, I should have everything. And looks like we can give it to him. He must be still outside or something. There he is. Let's go ahead and give it to him.
I'll do.
Anything Abigail asks you to do, you do it, old man. She's the lady of the house now.
Of course, of course. I'll help any way I can. I mean, you know me, John.
Oh, I do. Only too well.
Well, looks like it's not going to let me give him his request while it's nighttime and he's in the house. So, we're going to go camp real quick. Because for some odd reason, the game will not let me sleep in the house. I think it's like glitched or something. And I think we'll be able to be fine camping because I don't think our carcasses will spoil, so we should be good.
Okay, here's the stuff you asked for. It was a real hassle finding all this.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, John. You made an itchy old man very happy.
Yeah, well, you owe me one.
And it looks like he gave us his outfit. So why don't we actually go check out that outfit right now and save it as our 4th custom outfit. I'm going to plan on wearing it for a couple of things. See, hat. Drifter hat. I guess it's kind of a unique variant of that hat. Coats. I'm liking the look of it so far. Nice. So he's got a unique variant of all of these, except for maybe the coat. It's just a different coloring of it. But I kind of like the look of it. Did it come with anything else? It doesn't look like it, so why don't we take off this Ravenclaw because it's awesome. Okay, nice. And then, oh no, wait. I almost missed out on the boots. Almost missed out on the boots. Very nice. Let's make sure there's nothing else we can add. Okay. And this right here is what I like to call the one-shot kid outfit because it's Uncle and he used to say he's the one-shot kid. So let's go ahead and save this outfit as our custom outfit number 4. And we will be wearing this a little bit later. But I'm going to go back to what I was wearing so that we can do A Better World, A New Friend 2. Gonna save, and then we're gonna go over and take this little squirrel statue and add it to our decor. Oh, look at that. I guess that's supposed to be what the picture is supposed to be. I don't agree. Still a good picture, though.
What is that?
It's art.
Oh. That's what they call it.
It wasn't home until you both got here.
We should have come sooner.
No, I think the time was just right. Okay, well, I'll leave you to it then.
All right, now with this, that's not the end of it. We actually have to save and load for the game to recognize, like, for it to, like, a passage of time, essentially. And the squirrel statue will be missing. And we have to find it 5 times spread across the farm and then one very unique location. So we're going to do that. We're just going to save each time we place it back up on the above the fireplace and then load up the game so that we can have to find it again. But technically, you do not have to find the squirrel statue for it to count to 100%. As you can see, it's already at 99%, and all we have left is the grave statues. I believe we should also get a journal entry too, so why don't we go ahead and read what came up. Alright, we already did that. I'm getting married. She thinks I'm a real fool, and she's right. Only she don't quite know why I am a fool. We got married and we danced and Uncle made us laugh and Jack seemed real happy. Sadie left after she fixed herself up. Charles went off hunting something or other as I knew he would. Uncle ain't going anywhere. Saw Dutch. Damn near broke my heart again after all this time. Wanted to kill him, but I didn't. Saw Micah and was never gladder to see a man die. Whatever peace and happiness I can find in this world, I know it's a better place with him out of it. And that's from the last 2 missions. We should get 2 more journal entries. One we will get once we get 100% completion, and one we should get that people believe is tied to 100% completion, so they might be flipped. But we're going to go ahead and try to get that entry first, but if it doesn't allow us to get it, which you'll find out what it is if we're able to get it before 100% or not, but they're both kind of tied to the end of the game. Let's just see if the squirrel statue is gone.
What a lady you are.
Hey, what happened to my statue, Abigail? What'd you do with it?
Have you, seen my squirrel anywhere?
No.
Strange. It was right there on the mantle. Good. Well, you take care now.
Thanks.
I believe the first location of the squirrel should be in the chest in John and Abigail's bedroom. There you are. Now stay where you belong. And all we should have to do is save and load again. Got nothing to say, Abigail? She is not happy. This is the quickest way to do it, so we're going to do it this way. Oh, it didn't disappear this time. Interesting.
Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Marston.
It ain't my handsome husband.
I love you.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try, like, just basically keep cutting to when it disappears, when we find it, that kind of stuff, just kind of speed this along. But I'm guessing we probably have to get some time to progress a little bit, maybe? I don't know, because it worked the last time, so we'll see.
You okay, Mrs. Marston?
Sure. But, Jack, I worry for him so.
You stay safe now.
Okay, John.
JM?
Move, Uncle. Alright, it looks like it's gone this time. And I believe the next spot is here, in the chimney.
Just gets on a fella's nerves, you know. You know the English had talking horses.
You're kidding me.
I never lie, Jackie boy. I met them talking horses in Canada. Brian was his name. There's just one problem, though.
What?
Horses is boring as hell. Worse than Englishmen. It's true.
Shut up.
Come and get it, you starving animals.
I don't know why he was so mean to Uncle for that. He was just making Jack laugh. Place the statue.
How are you, Mrs. Marston?
I got a useless husband and an angry son. And I'm the happiest woman that ever was.
Be careful, you. I'll see you around.
All right, John Marston. Since you bought this millstone around our necks, we better try and keep this place going.
I paid our debts with that money.
I don't want to talk about that money. And no more of that.
It's over, Abigail.
I'm sure. Then get to work on this ranch you own and raising your boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you being sarcastic, John Marston?
Me? Never.
Good.
Anyway, I thought you liked this place.
No, John, I don't like it. I love it. It's home.
And there it is, gone again. She said all those happy... Oh, hello there, Rufus. Who's a good boy? Pet the dog. I need this dog to be
Good boy,
pet.
Rufus. Hey, whatever your name was.
Alright, alright. It won't let us pet it. That's fine. But it looks like the squirrel statue is gone. She was saying all those nice things just to take down our beautiful statue. It's art. It is art. But the next location should be up here in Uncle's room, I believe. In one of his chests. Could be wrong about that, though. No, I'll let him keep his stuff. What is he doing?
Now I gotta look after you. Rufus, boy.
I was trying to scold him for pooping in the house.
Leave that dog be.
He just pooped in the house, though. I shouldn't have pet him. He literally just pooped in the house. That's crazy. I think that's got to be a glitch or something. That's honestly hilarious. I've never seen him do that. Luckily, it's a game and it's not real, but still. Oh, she's cleaning it up. There it goes.
Hey, sweetheart.
Morning, John.
Is she cleaning it up? Well, I've never seen that happen before, and it's kind of funny. I don't usually like to scold pets, but he was pooping on the floor, which I don't think that was intentional. I think that's an animation meant for outside. It's just funny. And there it is, gone again. When will she stop this? I believe the next location of it is in the sheep pen. How do I know everything automatically? And it's probably infuriating her that I'm finding it instantaneously. There it is. You will go up on that chimney, or so help me. Or above the fireplace, not the chimney. Or is it the same thing? I don't know. I think the chimney is actually what's inside, and the fireplace is what we're placing it on. Just gotta do this 2 more times, guys. Now stay.
Hello there.
And there it is, gone again. I believe the next location, and this should be the last one that's actually on the farm, or ranch, or whatever you want to call it, is in the barn itself. And it's supposed to be in a chest in here, which I think we gotta go on the 2nd level. There you are, you beauty. I hunted a lot of animals to get you. And so help me, you will go up on that fireplace.
Y'all?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Just one more time, guys. One more time.
Stop what you're doing and get to eating, huh?
There it is. Gone another time. Now, this should be the last time we'll have to get it. But instead of it being on the ranch, we have to go all the way over here, I think. So give me a second to get there. I know it seems a bit ridiculous, but I'm not joking.
There's my girl.
Give me a second to get there, and we'll get this statue for one final time.
Easy there.
And there he is. Or she. I don't know if it's supposed to be a he or she. I think it's supposed to be a he because it's supposed to look like John. I don't know how Abigail got him all the way up here, but I guess we pissed her off enough where nothing will stop her to make sure that statue is not above her fireplace. But I will have the last laugh. This statue will go up there, or so help me. Now let's go put it back.
This is fine, ain't it, girl?
Anything interesting out there?
Out where?
Out there in the big wide world.
Why don't you go see for yourself?
Oh, I like it too much here, Jim. It's my home. My home.
Well, do some work then.
I got smoked, John Marston. I got smoked for this place.
We all had our beatings.
Well, mine hurt more.
Now this should be the final time that we'll have to place this squirrel statue up there, and it will stay there forever. She has no more attempts in her, unless that wasn't her that put it up on the mountain. But now it will stay there in all its glory. Worth it. Now, hold on. Just give me 1 second to read something. Says there's supposed to be a letter at the dining table, but I could be wrong about that. Hold on, let me see. I don't see any letter there. I guess we were not supposed to get the letter in the mail from Tilly, but instead it should pop up on the table. Tell you what, guys, if it doesn't pop up in the mail or on the table by the time that I'm actually done with this, I'll do what I'm probably going to do with Pearson's letter, since he won't probably send it to us, and just have it in a link. You know, like, this game has been really glitchy with a lot of things lately, so we'll just have to kind of deal with a couple things here and there. That's just how it is sometimes. With that being said, let me switch back to this. Because now we're going to go in town, read the new newspaper that we have, put on this outfit, and we're going to go get that point of interest. I believe it should be available to us. If not, then you won't see me do it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to do that, read the newspaper, hopefully maybe get the letter from Tilly, but I doubt it. I think it's not really coming through the way I had hoped.
Let's go.
But we're going to go and find the last two special character encounters that we can actually get. They're supposed to pop up now, and if the one doesn't pop up that I think is supposed to activate something special at the end of the game, we're gonna at least go see that. So we'll be doing a couple things like that, just like little miscellaneous things, before we go ahead and find the remaining graves and the last weapon in the game that we need to collect. Alright guys, we are here in Blackwater, and we are here in particular to get the last newspaper in the game. And I did a little bit of looking into the letter we should be getting from Tilly, and I think I found that it too has a glitch behind it. I've been reading about how it glitches sometimes as well, along with a lot of other things that we've been getting in the epilogue very recently, you know. So I think what I'll do, kind of like how I did with Pearson, and because he kind of glitched out, I'll go ahead and put a link to a video that shows Tilly's letter if I can find one right about now. Kind of like I've done with a couple other things. I've been doing that a lot more recently just because I've been running into a lot more glitches, I feel like. And, You know, you're bound to run into these things. It's just we've been getting them kind of a lot more recently than we have in the past. I don't know. There's some things with the epilogue I feel like weren't always working all the time. Now, if I do end up finding Tilly's letter back at the house, because it's supposed to be delivered to the house on the table rather than the post office, then I'll go ahead and read it then. But just to kind of be safe than sorry, I'll go ahead and throw her letter like I have in the past, like with Pearson's stuff, you know. Just, you know, stuff happens sometimes. You can't control it. But I wanted to go ahead and tell you that's what I'm going to do, like I have before. But now that we have the final newspaper, why don't we go ahead and take the chance to read this final one. Micah Bell killed. Famed gunslinger betrayal ends his murders. Wanted for Blackwater robbery. He was believed to be hiding in the Grizzlies for many years, emerging to slow the mayhem and murder to fuel a life on the run. Emerging to sow mayhem and murder to fuel a life on the run, Micah Bell, one of the most notorious outlaws in the region and a former member of the infamous Dutch Vanderlins gang, was slain at his hideout. The train robber and desperado evaded authorities for years, during which time he was killed nearly 24 men. He had sworn an oath to compatriots that he would never be taken alive. Yet, despite a concentrated effort by Rangers, Pinkertons, and local law enforcement to bring Bell to heel, it appears as he was completely taken by surprise by former gang members who have long accused him of treachery and theft of the ill-gotten gains from the Blackwater robbery in 1899. Bell was without a doubt the most desperate outlaw at large in the area, striking terror into the hearts of carriage and stagecoach riders who have... Oh, sorry guys. Terror into the hearts of carriage and stagecoach riders who have long feared his murderous reputation. Several sheriffs have been elected in the county, and each have vowed to bring Bell to justice. One sheriff, Braxton Hefner, finally landed Bell in jail, where he was tried and sentenced to be hanged. 2 days before paying the price for his crimes, he broke jail and had been at large. President signs 1907 Immigration Act, restricts idiots, feeble-minded. President Waxman signed an Immigration Act in order to prevent unsavory persons from entering the United States. The new law, which went into effect immediately, excludes all idiots, imbeciles, feeble-minded persons, epileptics, insane persons, and persons who have been insane within 5 years previous, persons who have had 2 or more attacks of insanity at any time previously, paupers, persons likely to become a public charge, professional beggars, persons afflicted with tuberculosis or with a loathsome or dangerous contagious disease, persons not comprehended within any of the foregoing excluding classes who are founded to be and are certified by the examining surgeon as being mentally or physically defective, such as mental or physical defects being of a nature which may affect the ability of such alien to earn a living, persons who have been convicted of or admitted to have committed a felony or other crime or misdemeanor involving moral turpitude, polygamists, or persons who admit their belief in the practice of polygamy and anarchists from entering the United States. Man exposes medical frauds as charlatans peddle marvelous claims, Hippocratic fakers plaguing small cities. It was hoped that with the spread of scientific knowledge, the scourge of medical quacks selling health and salvation from suffering would abate eventually. However, in towns and hamlets across the nation, the evolution of reputable physicians into swindlers continues at rapid speed, at which new break in scientific progress is announced. A so-called doctor needs little more than a shingle to hang above his door and various potions and concoctions to peddle to the ill, maimed and infirm, who are willing to part with the well-earned money in hopes of prolonged health. Such is the crusade led by one man who has vowed to uncover the Hippocratic frauds who are preying on victims across the country. His name is Nigel West Dickens, a studied man of letters, botany, ornithology, and the history of home medicine practice throughout the ages. He has begun demonstrations showing that sufferers from rheumatism, neuralgia, rickets, dysentery, and scarlet fever can be cured of the maladies by use of a simple medicinal tonic. The response has been enthusiastic, and in more than one town, the local doctor taken to task for peddling fraud cures. Mr. Dickens plans in the coming years to take his message on the road and root out charlatans and purveyors of false science. Of course he would. He himself is one of those people. Valentine Hotel quarantine. Man feared contagious disease of the bowels. More death and discovery comes as a result of the disease of the bowels, from constipation to diarrhea to dysentery, than from almost any other cause. It can reflect a disorder of the liver, kidney derangements, a dysenteric condition of the stomach, piles or bad blood. No person knows the discomfort and agony of bowel disease more than Harville Presley, a resident of the Valentine Hotel for more than 9 years. Visited by numerous physicians and specialists, Mr. Presley scarcely leaves his residence at the hotel, one that he made permanent years ago once the onset of the disease began. The son of a wealthy mining family, Mr. Presley took refuge in the Valentine Hotel, feeling pain after eating a chuck potluck supper. The daily plague of sharp, spasmodic gripes of the bowels soon resulted in Mr. Presley's living very much like a hermit, summoning doctors in literature and trying to diagnose the cause of the maladies. For reasons of safety, his room is under quarantine and other guests are placed in lodging in other areas of the hotel, so as not to be subjected to the auditory distress of the complaints. I think we always hear that guy when we buy a room at Valentine, so that checks out. A gentleman's sport. Golfing soars in popularity, generates a tiny profit. Even before Columbus sailed from America, golf was soaring in popularity in the United Kingdom, so much so that the archery and other sports that could defend the realm were falling out of favor. Concerned over national security, in 1491, Scotland decreed the sport unlawful for a period of time. In the United States, the lovely pastime could not be more popular, especially in California, a state devoted to entertainment and leisure. Indeed, this publication received a sunny dispatch from the 31st state that New Hampshire's very own Edith Downs has developed and opened a brand new golf course to much acclaim and fanfare. She and her son Archie have, of late, ventured into several businesses out west, which is a very distant lifestyle from her past as a rancher's wife. Cocaine use to require prescription. The governor of California has amended the Pharmacy and Poison Act, making it a crime to sell opiates of cocaine without a prescription. The new ruling was protested by several vocal advocates and users of cocaine. World's fastest steam-powered car. Speed record broken. Steam-powered automobiles are all the rage these days. Shovel in some coal, light the pilot, fill up the boiler with water. In 20 to 30 minutes, you're able to motor on out to your destination. Mechanic Herschel E. Bennett has broken the land speed record in the amazing marvel of modern engineering, the Stratton Steamer. Modified from the consumer model from the Stratton Motor Carriage Company, he took it to a beach in Florida where a crowd cheered as he reached 127 miles per hour. 127.66 miles per hour, the fastest any human has traveled. New railroad completed, a grand project or manifest destiny. We already read this multiple times. It's doing it both back to back. The Art of Angling by Jeremy Gill, a word from the editor, strange disappearance of Jeremy Gill. All right, and we already read this because he's already disappeared. Yeah, so the final newspaper has basically the news that Micah Bell has been killed. I wonder who could have done that. Alright guys, with that last newspaper read, we're going to go ahead and get the one point of interest that is kind of locked off to the epilogue down here. You kind of might know what I'm talking about, but we actually have to visit it a couple of times. I kind of forgot that you have to visit it multiple times in order to get the actual point of interest, and you'll kind of see why it is that way as we do it. I should have been doing it throughout the game so that we didn't have to do it all at once now, but I'm just going to have to go back and forth from it. I think waiting like 3 days at a time, so I'm probably going to go ahead and show each time I visit it to get the next stage so you guys can see each stage that it's supposed to be. And you can go to this spot as soon as like chapter 2, I think. So we're going to go ahead and go there and start seeing all the stages, and I'm going to take the time in between each stage to just check a couple of things, probably see if I can get like any loose ends that I might have forgotten or whatever. But for the most part, I'll probably just show each stage until we get the actual journal entry itself. So I'll see you guys when we get to that location. All right, guys, we are coming up on the location of this point of interest. It's kind of a specific type of point of interest. We got to visit a couple times, as I said, and I think I may have already been here during the main game at least once, so it may look pretty familiar. But once you come in here, take a look around, you'll see this is kind of a filled out cabin with different paintings. And I think if you play low honor, the deers and eagles and that type of imagery you will see will be replaced with like wolves and vultures. I know the wolves for sure will replace the deers. I don't know about the eagles though. And then you'll see this painting right here. Each time we visit, this painting should update. So we're going to see how it progresses each time we visit it. Right now, we can't really make out what it's supposed to be. Let's go ahead and take this snake oil, though. I'd recommend waiting like 3 days in between each visiting. Most people just visit each chapter at least once, and they'll get an update, which is a good rule of thumb. But this interaction or this point of interest will not finish until we get to the epilogue. I think it used to be believed that you had to get 100%, but you don't. You can do it at any point in the epilogue. I just always waited to do this until we got 100%, and usually it was the last thing I would do. But after finding out it doesn't have to be 100%, I like to keep it right before the end anyway. I think it just fits better to do this now. So we're going to go ahead and leave, and I'm going to set up camp and extend time that way and show just like fast travel to different places. That usually extends time pretty quickly, and that's what I would recommend doing.
You're losing your hair, Rancher.
I knew these guys were going to attack us again at some point. They usually attack you once after you get visited by them. But they shouldn't mess with us again. Now I just need to extend time another time, and we'll go visit the cabin another. And as you can see, it's already updated to, I think, the next stage. Because I think it's got a little bit more detail than it had last time. So we're just going to keep doing this until it's fully complete. And you'll notice when it's different from the last time you visit. I was kind of worried about my horse there next to the alligator, but it ended up being fine. Usually it runs away. Because there's just so many alligators here.
Would you like me to read a passage to you, Mama?
What is it?
It's from one of them books. It's about cowboys.
Cowboys.
Well, not real ones, like gunslingers. It's real silly.
No, I think I had enough of silly idiots who think they're gunslingers. My whole goddamn life I've been surrounded by idiots who thought they were living in a book. Only it ain't that way.
No, I guess it ain't. Just listen to this, all right? Frank Heck looked at the sheriff cold. "Clearly you don't know who I am," he snarled. And before the sheriff could blink, the fastest young man west of the Grizzlies had filled him full of cold lead. The town was free once more.
Who writes that nonsense? Go to bed, son.
Yeah, I know.
Is it good for him having his head filled with stories?
You ain't got one story in your head, and look how you turned out.
Yeah. Wait. Huh?
Dude, she just put you on blast.
Blow it. Calm down, girl. Calm.
And as you can see, the painting itself resembles the strange man from Red Dead Redemption 1. And before we inspect it, it's kind of dark, so you can't really see it. Oh, there he is. The strange man looks like he's behind us. Like he's spying on us. It's kind of hard because it's so dark. But if you turn around, then he's not there. Spooky, you know? If you look back, after checking behind you, he's not in the mirror either. That's really spooky. But this is all one elaborate Easter egg to hint at the strange man in Red Dead Redemption 1. Maybe as the painting was being made, it was kind of determining the fate that John will face in the next game. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? This place made me feel like I was being watched. Queerest feeling I've ever felt. Hard to explain. Fascinating and awful and seductive, all at once. And he doesn't even try to paint the man on the painting. Very strange, if I do say so myself. Sorry, I did a little bit of a pun. But maybe that's where John feels like he's seen the face before, because he's seen this painting, but it was such a weird feeling that he had while here that he just kind of completely forgets it, but there's a part of him that thinks so. Or, you know, it's just all the different theories about him being death, God, all sorts of stuff. Who knows? But I think if you visit this place after drawing, the painting will be gone. And this is the one time you'll get to see it. And I think if we look around, the water is black with venom. I think that's supposed to be a cheat. But there should be, I think, something on here. See if we can read it. Maybe we could read it with binoculars? Nah, it kind of gets faded out. I'm going to lean in and see if I can read it. There was a man called Jimmy Brooks who was always running in into crooks till one chased him down, and he had to tack his way around. I think that says tack. Or walk his way around. Talk his way around. That Jimmy isn't... Trying to see if I can make out that one word. That Jimmy isn't as dumb as he looks. So sometimes I think that carving changes based on whether you spare Jimmy or not in the main game as Arthur. So this was kind of decided all the way back up to that decision, maybe. Who knows? It's all very strange. Alright, but with that in the journal, we only have one more journal entry to make, and it is the journal entry we'll get for getting 100% completion in the game. But we have two things I want to specifically do before we go and find all the fallen graves of our former friends and gang members. So we're going to go into town, Saint Denis, and get a special character interaction there that will lead us to one other one, and that'll be the last kind of special character interaction we could ever get in the game. And then I want to go get the last entry in the compendium, the last unique weapon in the game. Once we do those two things, we'll be on our way to getting the final stage of 100% in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Take a pamphlet.
Good morning, mister.
A new master has been found. He's leading our people to Chelonia. Rejoice!
Morning.
How are you, sir?
Okay.
A great and wonderful event is happening in Chelonianism. It is quite wonderful. Can I tell you more?
Sure. Why not?
The world is coming to an end. I am so happy. A new master has arrived and he is leading those who know to safety. I plan on joining him myself. Oh, he's in the hills near Granite Pass. It's not too late. I've been trying to warn everyone, but no one will listen. Believe me, safety is all that we have.
Okay. Good luck.
You are lost, my friends, but I can ensure you are found, or you will be found happy and free in Chelonia, a safe alternative to America's many problems. We will found a great nation.
You okay,
for
girl?
those wise
Let's
enough
go.
to want safety above all else.
So he is still here, about like 8 years later, still preaching Chelonia. But he said that we can find them in the hills in Granite Pass, which I believe we saw his group there during one mission as Arthur, and that's where we're going to head now. You can only get this after you completed the main game, or else I probably would have done this sooner, honestly. But I need to find where they are at. They have like a specific spot. Here. We're going to go here and see what he is talking about.
Easy there.
We are Chelonians!
Hello there.
Are you lost, friend? Follow me, sir. Follow me. Together, we can be safe. Follow me. With this shell, I am safe from all things. We shall not be defeated. We shall be saved. Follow me and be saved. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me to Chelonia!
Well, that makes me very happy that we got Mary's brother out of this way earlier in the game. I'm not gonna jump off with them, but... they're all down there. Again, I'm very happy we got Mary's brother out of all this. And that is an interaction you can only get after you beat the main game, so keep that in mind. I think their bodies will disappear once we go down there. Usually I'd skin them, but honestly I don't need the pelts right now. Ah, crap. Come on. Oh, it looks like their bodies are not disappearing. Uh-oh. Can we get to them? I'm gonna save and then loot them, but if I lose honor and they don't even have anything special, then I'm just gonna reload, because I'm not trying to lose any honor right now unless I can get something out of it. These poor guys got tricked into believing this stuff. Again, if we lose honor for looting them, and they don't even have anything special, then I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna reload. Looks like they don't really have anything special. Except just, like, generic loot. I was expecting a letter or something, you know? But I guess they kind of give up all things, don't they? I had a feeling this was going to happen earlier in the game. They just kind of had that vibe, you know what I mean? But alright, with that being said, I'm going to load the game so we don't lose any honor. But we're going to go finish the compendium by getting the final unique weapon in the game, and we're going to wear that weapon while we get to the last bit of 100% in finding all the graves.
So now.
As you probably can tell by now, we're here to get Micah's gun. He has two guns that are the same, one of his pistols, but there's only one of his pistols that we can get here. Let's read about it. This old double-action revolver features a black and steel frame and a custom red and black skull grip. At some point, the words, "Vengeance is hereby mine," was etched into the barrel. This previously belonged to Micah Bell, but he won't be needing it anymore. This gun has an ammo capacity of 6 rounds. It can use regular, high-velocity, split-point, express, and explosive revolver ammo. Indeed, he will not be needing it anymore. And as you can see, we have every entry in animals, equipment, fish, gangs, plants, and we completed everything in the plants for their requirements, everything in the animals for their requirements, everything in fish as well. Gangs, all 100%. Horses, and we even went above and beyond for horses and bonding with every single coat at least once. Weapons, we got familiar with every single kind that there is available and got all of them. And we got every single cigarette card collection. We got all entries, all 563 of them of the compendium, 100% of the story, all challenges, and now all that we have left is to visit every single grave in the game of our former gang members and allies. I think some of them aren't gang members. And then we will have 100% completion in Red Dead Redemption 2. I have the Legend of the East outfit on, which you get this from completing all the challenges. I wish I could have worn this more because I think its main thing, instead of just looking absolutely awesome, is that it can be worn in cold and hot weather and it will not take away any of the benefits from you or be a detriment to you. And I think it has some unique things. Like there's that little silver, like some of the jewelry on the vest that we have, and then there's like a little scarf thing that he wears. Let's take a closer look at Micah's gun. The only thing I don't like about Micah's gun is that it looks kind of dirty sometimes, but the hilt for it and the etched-in words on the barrel are pretty cool. I'll give him that. Before we go and find all the graves, why don't we go ahead and, like, go in here and see what's in here? The chest is gone. Ooh, there's valerian root. Nice. Not that we really need it. I'm gonna go in the order of graves of our former friends. From, like, the moment they died first and then all the way to the end. So that's the order I'll go. And we're just gonna knock them out. We're just gonna hit each and every one just back to back. Nice. Still getting some good stuff even at the end of the game. Alright, but you will see me next when we start finding all these graves.
Head up.
That's the first one that we have is Jenny Kirk, who died before we began on this journey. We were told of her death off screen. And she unfortunately died on the way up these mountains before we get a chance to meet her. The second grave is not too far. Actually in Coulter, the first technical camp of the game, which is just in our eyesight over here. Davy Calendar. The first on-screen death that we saw in Chapter 1 of the Calendar Boys, and we unfortunately didn't get to see what became of his brother. We know he did die, though.
You know what to do, girl. Hey, easy. Take some rest now.
I know we can't really read the gravestone or the cross, but this is where Sean McGuire is supposed to be. One of the few, like, really jarring and sudden deaths in the game, for sure.
Slow now.
And next we had Kieran. He really didn't deserve the fate that he got.
Easy.
Here we have two of the graves you can find. Hosea Matthews and Lenny Summers. Which I believe earlier in the game you can get a camp interaction where they talk about how they want to be buried. And I think they both agreed that they would love to be buried with friends. So it's very fitting to see that they were buried together. Man, what a tragic mission that was.
There.
To see both of them go.
Let's go, girl.
They're both some of my favorite characters.
Whoa now.
And here we have Eagles Flies, which I believe this is the last one you can get in the main game. The other two that we have left are only unlockable in the epilogue, I think. I could be wrong about that, though, about the next one, but this one I think is definitely the last one you can get in the main game. And it's nice, nice to see that the graves you can visit aren't just exclusive to gang members who have passed, but people that we'd consider our friends, too. Susan Grimshaw. You know, this is making me realize that Molly doesn't actually have a grave, and it's because they probably didn't give her one because they thought she was a traitor, which is really sad when you think about it. But it's nice to see at least Susan got one, even though, like, she did kill Molly, but I feel like she'd be regretful for killing her if she knew that she wasn't the traitor, which I think, technically, she did find that out in the end, so she went out defending what was right. And that's something to be said. Alright, guys, we have one more grave to find, and then we have got 100% completion finally done. So let's go ahead and knock this out once and for all.
just about done, my friend.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been Red Dead Redemption 2, my 100% completion walkthrough. It's been quite a journey from start to finish. I've been working on this walkthrough for a couple years. I've gone through updates in my recording software, moving, my setup as a whole. Everything has changed since I started this walkthrough so long ago, and I probably would have gotten done with this so much sooner if I didn't have a couple of roadblocks along the way, but I stuck with it and was eventually seeing this through, and I've learned a lot with making content and doing walkthroughs through this alone, and my channel has grown immensely since then. I've gone up in hundreds. I'm now sitting around about 500 subscribers, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, there's people with millions and thousands, but I am just solely grateful to have anybody, if anyone at all, watching any of the videos that I make, because I just play the games I want to play. I want to show off how I play games. I want to show my commitment to 100% in games I want to 100%, or just play for the fun of it. And to know that there's people out there that take the time just to even watch my videos just a little bit, just to kind of share my experience with them, is honestly a amazing thing to know. And I am truly grateful each and every day to even have anybody interested in any of the videos that I do. I felt it was very poetic to end this game by visiting the graves of our former friends, especially Arthur being the last one to get 100%, because as soon as you do reach 100%, it takes you back to here, and he adds this final journal entry. He draws Arthur's grave and says, "Guess we're just about done, my friend. It's been quite a journey." And that is very truthful, John, even for us, for you, for Arthur, for everybody that has gone into making this amazing game, such a beautiful work of art, and telling such an amazing story. This story in this game means a lot to me. I was playing this game after years of waiting for the next installment, because I grew up playing Red Dead Redemption 1, and I also, when playing this game for the first time, I actually lost some friends that are very close and dear to me. And at the time I was playing, I was going through a lot of the struggle of losing those friends. And this game really spoke to me because of the messages it had about redemption, making use of the time you have left, and the impact you can have on others, such as the friend that passed in my life had an impact on me. He left the world leaving a good impact on me, making me a better person, and I truly feel like he left the world in such a better state because he existed, kind of how Arthur did in this story. So it really did speak to me at the time that I was playing it for the first time. There's actually that little personal thing of my experience when I first got to play. Not to mention that this game series overall is one of my favorite I ever have, among others. So to get to finally do this walkthrough and get to finally express a lot of my commitment to how I play games and what they mean to me is honestly such a humbling and amazing experience. So I really do hope you guys got something from this walkthrough, whether it was just a laugh or two, or maybe oh, that's interesting, I didn't know that, or just to see somebody do it. Oh my god, I'm speaking so much, I had a little breath of gasp air right there. But just if you were able to pull something from this walkthrough, or maybe you can't afford the game yourself, so you like watching other people play it and get that experience, I'm happy that I could probably provide that for you. If you didn't like the way I played the game, but you like to see how other people play, just get a different experience, then I completely understand that. I play games weird. I do it my own specific way. and I'm going to keep doing them that specific way as I want this channel to keep growing. So if you guys did enjoy the walkthrough, stay tuned because there will be more. I do plan on doing a few more parts, but they're going to be in the form of streams or just like longer, not edited together videos. They're probably just going to be like very loose in how I do them because I want to get gold medal in all the missions that I didn't playing the regular game. I don't like to get gold medals while playing the game normally unless I can while just playing it, because a lot of the gold medals require time limits and I like to hear all the dialogue and stuff. So kind of like how I did with Red Dead Redemption 1, I'm going to find some time to stream this game and just knock out all the gold medals, and that will be the final thing I think I will do. There's plenty more I missed, like dialogues at the ranch, letters that glitched out like with Tilly Pearson, and even missing out on Nigel's letter, which I referred to other videos in the walkthrough that you can see those, because you can't get everything. I try to be my best and be perfect, but you know, like not everybody can be. So I'm gonna plan on doing that. I think it should take me about 2 to 3 streams, maybe 1, depending how much I really go for it. But if you want to see me attempt that and try to get all the gold medals, I do plan on doing that eventually. If I don't do it in a stream format, I'll probably just edit together one giant video of me just getting every gold medal that I haven't gotten yet, of me just doing the missions back to back, just a bit more lax, kind of like a bonus episode like I used to do for Red Dead 1 with gold medals, and also maybe bounty hunting targets, just to get that 100% in my mind. That's like the little piece left that I have that I could do, but I probably am going to wait at least until this video comes out. I got a couple lined up, uploaded already, and I got to edit this and a couple more of the footage I've gotten so far. But if you guys are interested in that, be sure to check that out. I know I got a lot of videos coming out with some other series that I started that were no commentary, which I'm probably going to do another no commentary one just to kind of have something always ready to be uploaded. And I'm still in the midst of deciding what I want to do next. So if you want to see what else I have in store, be sure to check the channel out and see what comes out. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see me play. Maybe you want to see me do Red Dead 1 or Red Dead 2 again, but this time doing a low honor playthrough, which if I did, I probably want to go to the extent I did for this one, just for the sake of like showing off those other aspects of the game. But I think I might take a little bit of a break from Red Dead for a while, because I've been playing this for so long, and you know, when you make videos you tend to get a little bit more tedious with it, so you kind of spread it out, or else I probably would have had all this recorded so long ago. But through thick and thin, all of the mistakes, all of the recording mishaps, all of the editing mishaps, moving, changing setups, changing equipment, we finally saw the end and got Red Dead Redemption 2 100% completed. So once again, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you that took the time of day to just check out my videos, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Bye, guys.